something happened. My heart like racing, my um, body kind of, shaking. I didn't know what happened. I didn't. I thought I was having a heart attack. I was so anxious and scared, and I don't know. It was scary moment. I was alone here, so it was scary, right? Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to this second episode of Understanding Mind. Transformation is liberation. So, in today's video, we'll talk about anxiety, which I know which is a really big kind of negative emotion, and it affects almost everyone, especially in this Western world. Okay, so today video title is Anxiety is a False Prophet. Okay, so let me begin with telling a story about myself when I had anxiety attack. Okay, I know you may think, why does a Buddhist monk have anxiety attack? You know, I don't know. It doesn't um, care who you are. It just comes, right? It just comes, and if you are not aware of it, it will ruin your life. Okay. So I remember 2 years ago when I was about to go to bed, as I lay down, waiting to fall asleep, something happened. My heart like racing, my um, body kind of, shaking. I didn't know what happened. I didn't. I thought I was having a heart attack. I was so anxious and scared, and I don't know. It was scary moment. I was alone here, so it was scary, right? But I didn't let it, you know, ruin my sleep. I sit down. I breathe slowly, and I ask myself, what is it going on? I have some compassion for myself, and ask, okay, there is something going on in me, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna to observe it. Okay. After like 5 or 10 minutes, the feeling, the emotion subsides, and I felt calmer. I felt better, and I knew exactly what happened. It was anxiety. Okay. So that one episode taught me so much about anxiety. So today I um, want to share this and share how we can all recognize when anxieties, lurks into our life, and try to prevent it from destroying our life, right? So anxiety is basically a fortune teller with really bad Wi-Fi connection. It predicts kind of everything, but most of the time it is wrong. Anxiety, you have to remember, is not your enemy. So don't hate it, okay? And don't hate yourself to for having anxiety, okay? Anxiety is your body trying to protect you. It doesn't know whether it's truly protect you, but that is the body mechanism kind of react and trying to protect you. That's it. So the problem is that anxiety often protects you from things that are not happening right now. That is the problem. You are sitting safely in your room, but your mind is already preparing for a disaster, next week, a conversation next month, a problem from like 10 years ago, or even a future that has not submitted its application yet, right? So anxiety may try to convince you that what if everything goes wrong, and you started to panic. But as someone who meditates, you may, you know, say to yourself, what is happening right now? That question is medicine. In Buddhism, suffering often comes from living outside the present moment. The body is here, the breath is here, but the mind is time traveling. That is where anxieties occurs. And usually the mind is not time traveling to enjoy a vacation. It travels to collect evidence that life is dangerous. People become addicted to the emotions of their past. In psychological language, the nervous system becomes familiar with certain emotional states. If worry has been practiced for many years, peace may feel unfamiliar because you are conditioned by anxieties for such a long time. Maybe you grew up in a chaotic family environment. Calm seems strange. Happiness seems foreign to you. Okay, so this is why transformation is not only intellectual. You cannot simply say, I understand anxiety, so I'm done. No, you're not. The body must learn safety again. The breath teaches the body safety. Okay, try this. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Breathe, breathe in slowly. Breathe out longer than you breathe in. So when the exhale is longer, the nervous system receives a message. I'm safe enough to relax. You have to let your body know that it is safe to relax. This is not magic. It's just practice. In the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha teaches us that what we perceive is often shaped by illusion. Anxiety also creates illusion. The illusion of something that is going to happen, and that illusion causes you to suffer. It only takes one small problem and projects a giant movie on the wall of the mind. So one email become my life is over. One silence becomes they hate me. One mistake become I'm a failure. You see the illusion there? Just one thing, small thing, and the illusion is created out of anxiety. Okay, so the mind is not only thinking, the mind is editing, producing, directing, and starring in the drama too. So, and you are sitting there paying for the ticket because that is what familiar to you. That is what you have been going through in your life. And that is, you say, oh, this feel familiar. This feel like who I am. But that actually is ruin your life. So the practice is to come back. You can ask, is this happening right now? Is this a thought Or is this reality? Is my body safe in this moment? What is one small thing I can do? You know, anxiety wants you to solve your whole life in like 5 seconds, but that is impossible, right? That is causing more anxiety because when you are anxious, you hate that you are being anxious, and then you hate that you are being anxious, and it's repeat. So maybe what you can do when anxiety occurs is to just take a breath, take one step, maybe drink some water, touch the earth, okay? Get your get yourself out of that thinking loop, anxious loop. Because if you keep reasoning with the anxiety, it will get worse. Liberation is not escaping anxiety. Liberation or freedom or transformation is learning that anxiety can be present without being president. Okay? Anxieties will be in your life as a companion because that is the body trying to protect you. Okay? But you don't have to obey. So today's mantra for you: anxiety may speak loudly, but awareness does not have to obey. Anxiety may be in your life, but it doesn't have to be your boss. You can say, "Hey, I know you're there. I'm aware of you. Please have a seat." When you can play with your anxiety, it will no longer be anxiety. It will be something that, you know, um, it will tell you a story. What is it? It will help you overcome so much in your life. Unnecessary worry creates more suffering. Like the Buddha say, we are all struck by first arrow, which is the suffering of being human, like pain, you know, um, all kinds of difficulties in life. That's the first arrow. But we don't have to be struck by the second arrow. We can avoid the second arrow by not hating that suffering or not trying to, you know, reason with it, not trying to um, be anxious about it because negative emotion will always be in your life. And what you decide to respond is the power you have. So in this case, anxiety will be there, but you don't have to let it control your life. Take a deep breath, walk outside, touch the earth. That's simple. One thing you can do to help you overcome anxiety. So again, anxiety may speak, but awareness or understanding mind does not have to obey. Good luck.